Good, marvelous Monday, everybody. Today we are taking a look at a deck I named Little Kid because everything in the deck is really small. Our highest power card is Iron Lad at 4/6. So the deck uses Kitty Pride at 1/1, Spider Ham at 1/1. So Kitty Pride, as if you don't know, when this returns to hand, +1 power, and it returns at the start of each turn. So it becomes a 1/2, 1/3, 1/4, etc. Pretty strong card. It is the heart and soul of the deck. If it gets stolen by a Cable, etc., Zemo running around, you can still win because there are other things, but this allows for your combos to be better and to guarantee more power. Spider Ham is just a card to slow your opponent down and stymie them from playing. And then, of course, we have Angela, because when you're playing Kitty Pride, you got to play Angela, especially the new and revamped, redone, took her back to 2/0 +2. Welcome back, Angela. So you got to play the Angela for the +2 power. Havoc, this card absolutely steals games. People do not see a 1/4 drop coming at the end of the game, and sometimes you could drop it earlier if you get down the right cards to make it to 8, etc. And you'll see why it is a 1/4 in just a second. So Cable, steal your opponent's cards. Do with them as you please. Right now, Cable is pretty good because of the meta. There's a lot of people playing Zemo, to say the least, but the actual meta is good because you'll usually take something that helps you unless you run into discard or destroy. And if you do, at least you stole something away from them so they themselves can't use it. And that's what really matters with the Cable. Ravonna Renslayer, that is where the Havoc comes in. So the Ravonna Renslayer makes all of your cards with 1 power or less cost 1 less. That makes Havoc a 1/0. All right. And then up next, we have Wolfsbane, because we are on the Ravonna Renslayer. Wolfsbane will also steal games, coming in at 7 power most of the time, sometimes 5 power depending on the game, but coming in at 7 power and only costing you 2 energy will, thanks to Ravonna Renslayer, will allow you to slam a lot of power in the final turns. And then Hope Summers, again, the Angela Hope Summers Kitty Pride combo, if you get that going. If you get the turn 1 Kitty Pride, turn 2 Angela, turn 2 Hope Summers, turn 3 Hope Summers, turn 4 Kitty Pride on both of them, and you're just building and building from that, and it's just getting bigger and bigger, especially if you were able to play some other things in between. Or on turn 4, if you just have Hope Summers, you can Hope Summers Kitty. Boom, you now have more energy for the next turn. It's pretty great. Baron Zemo, again, to steal cards from your opponent. Tremendous power, especially later in the game when you've seen their lower cost cards gone already. It ensures that you might steal something stronger. And then Shang-Chi, originally this was a morph, but I was told by everybody to change it to Shang-Chi because morph is too random and inconsistent. However, I'm a big fan of morph, so I really wanted to play morph. But for all intents and purposes, it should be a Shang-Chi to help you win those games, as you'll see in the video. All right, and then we have Iron Lad. Copy the text of your text top card. So this is a pretty important card to have in the deck. Iron Lad can copy Havoc. It can copy Kitty Pride, making him get bigger and bigger, 4/7, 4/8, etc. So Iron Lad is pretty important. He can also copy Iron Man if you do not draw it, and that brings us to the final card in the deck, Iron Man at 5/0. With Ravonna Renslayer, it drops down to 4/0, allowing you to play more cards on your final turn or turn 5 to win the game. And it really depends on if you got those Hope Summers going with the Ravonna setup. You can play so many cards on your final turn. So for the full deck list, overall, it's not the most powerful deck, as you can see from how small everything is, but it does a good job of producing power and stealing lanes. So if you watch the video, you'll see some of the plays that come up. And you have to be smart about when you play the Baron Zemo for sure, as well as Havoc. You don't want to slam Havoc too early. However, you can still win if you do, as long as you get the Hope Summers going. And of course, the Ravonna Renslayer is such a key card to get out when you can. With this deck and the current meta, I think every game I saw every card in the deck just because of people playing Cable and Zemo, etc. There were very few games where you don't see just every single card. So overall, the deck is quite fun to play, and I definitely suggest it. But if you don't believe me, just watch this replay so you can see how well the deck does versus different things. I used it on the ladder and in Conquest. If you have any advice for this deck, I'm willing to take it. I'm willing to listen and see what you think should be changed. But overall, I think the deck is pretty great where it is right now. Iron Man is amazing. I don't know. Everything just seems really amazing. It all comes together and works really well. I could see maybe dropping Wolf's Bane for Gladiator. However, you lose the fact that it's a 2-1 when Ravonna Renslayer is out. So other than that, I don't think there's anything I'd change too much. And then at that point, you're just playing the Zemo Cable stuff, and you might as well throw the other stuff in and not even play this deck, right? So I think if you want, give this deck a try. If not, that's fine too. But comment below what you feel about this deck. And thanks for watching, guys. Remember to like, follow, subscribe, and enjoy the replays.